Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. Happy Tuesday. I was thinking about food before this, and I'm still thinking about food. So, who else is thinking about food? Because I know I am.
Always.
Ash needs some
Always
dinner
thinking
Rex.
about food.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was just telling these lovely ladies that I want some sushi today. So, if y'all have some sushi recommendations, cooked though, cooked. I don't do the raw fish. Can't do that. Give me some sushi roll recommendations, please. You're there. I'm Ashley, also known as Miss Ashrax. I'm Tiltify's community manager. I'm here with the incredible Nukes for the second time on our channel again. So welcome back. And Monique as well for the second time on the channel, but she is in a different role now with JDRF. She was previously with Epilepsy Foundation. So excited to hear more about her role at JDRF now and Nuke's incredible fundraising recently. Excited to learn about that and why you're such an incredible speed runner and I will never be one.
Yes, so true.
I will watch, I will never do. But maybe, I don't know, one of these days, we'll see. I might need
It's a lot of work.
It is a
I
lot of
need
work.
to
lot
do
Oh my
lot of
one.
gosh.
practice.
Yes, maybe yeah, because I'm planning to do my fundraising for JDRF this year. So I'll message you. I think that'll be fun. My
That'd be a
first
lot of fun.
speed running experience. But I have to find a game that I like, which is pretty
Mhm.
hard. There's like 50 million of them.
Right. Right.
Yes, but welcome in everybody. Hello, hello. We're going to start with some intros. So, Monique, hello. Thanks for being
Hello.
here. Can you tell us
Yes.
a little bit about, of course, you personally and your favorite hobbies, but also your role at JDRF? We'd love to hear about it.
Sure. Yeah. So I'm It's Monique here on Twitch. I work for JDRF. I'm the community manager there. I previously was at Stream for Epilepsy. I helped start the program there for charity fundraising, and I have a long history from working with zoo animals up to today live streaming. So I have quite a diverse experience with fundraising. Basically, just I have made it my life's mission to make other people's lives better. I think it's so important to have a sense of service in what you do in your career. And also, at JDRF Game to Give, we do so many great things around type 1 diabetes. I mean, it's never really been a more exciting time in the world of type 1 diabetes in terms of research and advancements currently happening right now, just with beta cell therapies. And there, I could go on and on about the advancements and basically things that Nukes is helping us support by her charity fundraising efforts, and which I get to be a part of as the community manager, which is such an honor to work with all these incredible creators who are so creative, so talented, and really just so
Mhm.
dedicated and passionate to the mission. I haven't worked with people that have been so invested on such a personal level before, and it's really refreshing to be a part of. So, thanks again for having me and for helping us spread the word about T1D.
Of course. And I can relate to your exact feelings, but I get to experience all creators and all different causes, which is awesome. But yeah, I feel every single piece of emotion you just said right now. It's awesome to see creators go above and beyond and using Tiltify, of course.
It's so
And,
inspiring. Yeah,
The
it's hard
you know,
not to
best.
be inspired.
yes, yes. And yeah, and it goes back to inspiring me to keep fundraising, of course, even I fundraise a lot and I get busy sometimes. I'm like, I'd rather support other people's fundraisers, but I got to go back to my roots too and go back to fundraising. So I'm like,
Mm.
I'm feeling inspired. So even Nukes today is inspiring me to get into speed running. So look at the impact she has, Chad. I'm going to do it. Bad run, but I'm going to do it. I'm feeling inspired.
All you
And
gotta do is put up a timer and you're a speedrunner.
that's it.
That's
All right,
you gotta
cool.
start somewhere, and having that timer and
Yeah,
trying to go fast,
That's a good way to put
that's
it.
where you start,
that's
you
it.
know?
You sure?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's the start. Now there's all, you can get really nitty-gritty with it, but, at the end
Yeah.
of the day, if you're trying to go fast and get a better time, have you ever, like, done, like, an individual level and tried to, like, get
Yeah.
faster at it? You're a speedrunner. That's speedrunning at its core. So
Don't
you're
tell
already
me.
a speedrunner.
I'm gonna put it in my Twitter bio right now. Don't tell me.
That's a great way to put it, though. I wouldn't have
Yeah.
thought of it that way.
Yeah, you think it's so much more complicated, but it
Mhm.
is just putting up a timer and just getting better each
Yeah.
time and
Yeah.
beating your record.
That's I think the definition right there. Now, I think a lot of us look at like, some of those more top tier runners that
Mhm.
just absolutely blows my mind what some of them do, but
Right.
even at the end of the day, they are putting up a timer and trying to beat their own
Right.
personal time and go fast.
You're right, you're right. Wow, yeah, you just broke that down for me, really easy. What? I don't feel so stressed anymore because every time
Yeah.
I look at the game, I'm like, huh, how are they doing this? But I mean, of course, it's stressful because you're trying to find all the
Mhm.
shortcuts and the fastest way to
Mhm.
do it. But yeah, you know what?
Right.
I don't have to be the fastest, but
Yeah, no. Everyone starts somewhere.
yeah,
You're
you're
not
right.
going to jump in and get a world record time right away. That would Now if someone did that'd be incredible, but that's
Right.
it takes a lot of time, a lot of practice to get to those that level of
Mhm.
speed running. So,
And I can only imagine how many times they play that game over and over and over
yeah.
and over.
Yes.
I'm
I
not burnt out.
I wish so like my main game is Ocarina of Time. And I wish that that had like like Steam, you can see how many hours you put into a game. A lot of these like newer
Oh.
consoles, you can see how
Yeah.
many hours you've logged in. I wish I could see how many hours I've logged into
You
Ocarina of
can't, you don't
Time.
know. You
I
don't
don't
know.
know. And I can tell you that I've been streaming full time for over 2 years now, and I play that
Wow.
game almost every day. And there's
Oh, that
there's
would be
got
a good
there's
stat to have.
easily over 1,000 hours at
Easily.
minimum.
Yeah,
Wow.
I would think, yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
And have you been only playing Ocarina of Time for 2 years straight or any other game?
So
Right.
my main thing on my channel is Ocarina of Time randomizer. So what that is, it takes Ocarina of Time and it's a modded version of the game. And every time you play, it moves the items to different spots. So I like that because it keeps it like a fresh
Mm.
experience every time. I don't get that burnout of playing the exact same thing every single day where there's other speed runs that it's the same thing over and over again. Makes it a little more spicy and interesting. But
That's what that means.
I
Okay.
also do some other variety stuff as well. I do some other Nintendo randomizers as well, mainly Nintendo in general, but uh
Oh,
that's my bread and butter is Ocarina of Time for sure.
awesome. I have not played Ocarina of Time yet. So,
Classic.
yeah, I have to because my first Zelda game was Breath of the Wild and
Mm,
it made me cry and I love that game so much and
yes.
I need to experience the other ones. I really
Mhm.
do. So, yeah, Ocarina of Time is on my list.
It looks fun.
Now, with randomizer, can you do that with other games too?
Oh yeah, randomizer has come to the point where honestly, if you can think of a game, there's very likely a randomizer somewhere out there for it. Definitely has spread to a lot of other games. Games it does work better than for others. I think a lot of those
Yeah.
like Ocarina of Time is a game that has a lot of items that you can utilize in different dungeons. So it
Mhm.
kind of cracks open the world a lot more. So you randomize which items you get. There's other games that randomize, enemy placements, like Dark Soul there's a
Oh.
lot of Dark Souls, like, enemy
Oh,
randomizers, so, uh
that's terrifying. Oh my
mhm,
goodness. Because
yeah,
you're gonna expect that one boss that is easy, but it could be the hardest
mhm.
one at the
Right.
beginning of the game.
Or you could have a boss just roaming around out in the open too, where not even in, like, a boss area, so there's a lot of
Wow.
really interesting randomizers out there that I guarantee if there's a game you're really into, you could probably find something for it.
Wow, that's so cool. Wow, because I was actually gonna ask you about randomizers because I didn't know what it was. So this
I
is perfect.
know.
Yes.
This
Yeah,
is perfect.
it's a
Yeah.
great way to take I love it for like those nostalgia games specifically because I think a lot of us like to go back sometimes to those games that we played as children and kind of have that nostalgia for, but it
Right.
takes a game that maybe you know very well and makes it a whole new experience, a whole new puzzle or a whole new challenge. So,
Right.
that's what I love about them and it I can keep playing it over and over and over again for years and still not get tired of it.
Right, 'cause something
Yeah.
new. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I would think playing the same game in the same way over and over, you get burnt out. You're like, screw
Mhm.
it. I don't care about my personal record anymore. I don't want to play this anymore. So yeah, randomizers are really cool. Okay, I'm
Mhm.
learning so much in just a matter of what, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
But Nuke, I want you to tell us a little bit more about your content creation journey from the start to now and how it's been for you.
Yeah, so I way back when in like 2016 I wanted to get into streaming on Twitch. I had some friends. I was involved in Games Done Quick. For anyone who doesn't know, that's a speedrunning charity. They have two big events every year. Um, so I was like, I should start streaming myself. But at the time, I was working three different jobs and just like didn't have the time. So it wasn't until 2018 that I kind of came back to the scene and uh, started doing it part time. I was teaching full time, and lo and behold, COVID happened. Got laid off my teaching job, and I jumped into full time streaming and haven't looked back ever since. And it's been super super rewarding. I love all the creativity that comes with content creating. I love the power that I started my roots with Games Done Quick, which is another charity organization, and there or an organization that raises money for charity, I should say. And seeing the power that, an organization like that has and the power that we have in the gaming sphere to
Right.
raise money has always been important to me as well. So getting to do this full time, use my creativity, bring some level of joy to others and raise money for charity, absolutely the best. Like I
Smashing.
can't
Yeah,
it,
that's the
yeah.
dream. That's the dream. That's amazing. And games done quick. Come on, you want to be on Tiltify. Come on, buddy. Come on. We love to have you, games done quick. But yeah, I love the work that they do. It's so
Mhm.
awesome on the front page. I'm like, oh my goodness, like all these people coming together for
Mhm.
charity and having fun and speed running their favorite games. It's such a fun event to watch every year.
Mhm.
I love
Yeah,
it.
very cool.
Even when I could never beat their records. It's still
Never.
fun. So
Yeah.
I
Yes.
love it. And that's awesome that you cultivated your content around speed running and giving back to charity and being full time
Mhm.
too. So that
Mhm.
means you cultivated a space that loves and supports you and
Right.
your content. You should be proud of that. So you should be proud of your
Yeah.
community and
Oh, I
I
am. Yeah.
This is a
see,
great community.
yeah,
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what else you do because I know you're just going to continue to grow and grow and grow and beat more and more records. So that's awesome.
Yeah, and beat her PB and JDRF fundraising
Yeah,
for the
yeah, that's we're
T1D.
trying to do that this week with a game to give.
Yeah.
We got a
So
few more hundred to go to beat last year's
So close.
record, so
really?
we're really
Oh, what's
close.
the record? What's the record?
Oh, Monique should have that. I don't remember
7,000.
the number off the top of my head. It's like
Yeah, one sec.
7.8 thousand, somewhere
Yeah,
around
it's
there.
because you changed your goal to that, right? Yeah,
Mhm.
you did.
I
Hold,
think we're
hold,
at
hold tight.
7.3 thousand right now.
Yes.
So we're gonna
Yes.
actually be having. So I had a stream this past Sunday to raise money, and then we're gonna have another one this Sunday to try
Yes.
to beat that record from last year. So
So she
Mm,
raised 7,347.97 so far. That was in one day. Now her goal is 7,689.75. That was what she raised
ah,
last year.
there we go.
So,
oh,
So
like,
even closer, we could do
very
that. Yeah.
close. Very close.
Yes.
And with crowd control, no
With the
less.
power of crowd control. Yeah. Crowd control,
Masterclass.
absolutely
so
incredible tool for
oh my
fundraising.
god.
I think that's the one that I preach to everyone.
Yep.
Like, no matter the size of your community, you can use crowd control. It's super interactive, which I love because any
Mhm.
stream where the streamer is interactive with the community is already like that's big points right there. But
Right.
then using the interaction between chat to impact the game and raise money for charity at the same time, huge. And for anyone
Amazing.
who doesn't, maybe you're listening, you're like, what is crowd
Just
control?
watch her stream
Um
from Sunday. You'll see a master
crowd
class.
control is a extension made by Warp World that connects. They have so many different games you can do with it too, and that keeps expanding. They
Mhm.
recently added Among Us, so that's one I need to check out.
Yeah, Ash
And
Among Us.
yeah. I need to get a Ash. I want to get a group together and do crowd control Among
Yeah,
Us.
that'd be so
So
I'm
much fun.
in. I'm
if you're
in. Just
interested, we should
yes. Yes.
yeah. Um
Message
but
me.
yeah,
Okay.
they basically, chat can use their donations towards charity using the extension. It goes straight through Tiltify.
Mhm.
Um and they can use crowd control. They get little coins for their money they put in, and they can use those coins to affect the game, do things like uh take away items from the player, uh kill the player instantly, teleport the player different places depending on the game. There's lots of different ways to interact, and the great thing about that is you can adjust the prices for the effects. So if you have a smaller community, you can lower those prices so that it's more, it will work better for the amount of people you'll probably have. If you have a much bigger community, you can up those prices because you know that there'll probably be more coins in play. And it's absolutely phenomenal
So
tool that
smart.
I can't speak about enough for charity
Oh,
streams.
yes. I'm telling you. Every time I have a creator reach out to me, like, I don't know what to do with my stream. I don't have money to fund incentives. I'm like, you don't need that.
Yeah.
Crowd control.
Mhm.
Boom. It changes the whole experience of
Mhm.
That's a
charity
good point.
fundraising. It's
Yes.
so good. I did
Yeah.
Dark Souls.
How'd that go?
Ah, yes.
It was good. It was so fun. Even
So
so
so you're
good.
gonna do Dark Souls randomizer crowd control at some point is what
Ah!
I'm hearing.
Nukes just
I'll do
laid down the
That
gauntlet.
there you go.
it.
That
Do
is top stream value there, right there.
You're
And
right.
you can
Yeah.
Top
raise
tier.
money for charity. So it's perfect. Your community gets to have fun with it. I just yeah. If anyone listening, if you've not checked out a crowd control, you need to. It's so
Yes.
good. It's so funny, and it's as you said, it's an incentive within itself.
Right.
Mhm.
Your community gets an instant instant gratification of being able to impact the game um right there from their
Yes, they
donation
do.
directly.
Yes, they do.
Love it. This
And
stream
they
is
have a
not sponsored by
blast,
crowd control, by the way.
but
It's
it
not.
is.
But it is.
Might as well be. But no, crowd control is amazing. I did Dark Souls, I did Celeste. They have Minecraft on there, which
Mhm.
is so amazing. Spawning creepers on your favorite streamer
Oh
is
gosh.
I've done it
Yep.
plenty of
Yeah.
times and
Yep.
yep, just feel so fulfilled. But you're supporting charities,
So
so
Mhm.
fulfilled.
be a streamer for charity. Why not? Why not?
Love it. Love it.
You can also help the streamer too. In Dark
Mhm.
Souls, you can heal your streamer. You can heal us with some love. You can also give us what is it? You can go invisible. You can a bunch of other cool stuff, cool effects that they have for each game. Actually, Celeste was really fun. Spawning different monsters on me. They had a kick out of it. And it
Oh
was just
gosh.
infinite. It just kept
Yeah.
happening every second. And your community gets a kick out of it. And
Mhm.
it would be the most fun you've ever had fundraising. I'm telling you right now.
Someone
And
in
Nukes
chat.
is
Wait, you can use
preaching
crowd
right
control
now.
to help? Question mark.
That's my
That's right.
favorite is I'll have there's definitely a divide in my community. There's the ones who want to cause chaos,
Mhm.
and there's the ones who just want to help me. And those two forces going after each other is every time I'm just like, "Yep, yay, bring in the money for charity. Let's go."
I love
And
it.
Perfect.
you can set cooldowns for each of the
Mhm.
effects too. All right. I I had a day where I had no cooldowns, so it was
Oh, yeah.
interesting. It's
Oh
just like,
gosh.
why am I playing? I'm just gonna sit right here and not
Yeah.
touch the keyboard. Just
You'll
go
just get
ahead.
in a cycle of death after death after death, and you're like, all right, you you're paying for this.
Sure.
I will take these. Come on.
Mhm. Exactly. Yes. So, yes, crowd control, y'all. And if you need help setting up, you can join a crowd control Discord. If you experience any bugs, you can let them know too. And I'll help you set it up super easy. In our boot camp last week, I showed you where you can find your campaign ID to set up crowd control. So take a look at that if you need to.
That's a good
Reach
one.
out to me. We're here to help. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, crowd control is
Yeah. And
everything and more.
the Warp World team is phenomenal for helping you get
Yeah.
they are
Yeah. Our
so
Discord
good and
is great.
responsive for helping you get set up on your stream. So if you're intimidated by it at all, you have so many people who will love to help get you started with that.
Yeah.
It's a
I'm sure
fantastic tool
Nukes
for
wouldn't
streaming.
mind. Yep, Nukes wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind.
Hmm.
Just reach out. We're all here to do good together. So don't don't hesitate. So yeah, thank you for sharing about crowd control because I talk about it every stream. So this is
Yeah.
nothing new. I love it. I'm always praising for crowd control. So let's talk a little bit about JDRF.
Sure.
Monique, can you tell us a little bit more about the cause and how how donations support the cause?
Yeah, and I love your command that's going through. That's a really good summary. I definitely recommend checking that out. I saw it just went through. Also, is Kirby Master in your community, Nukes?
He is a mod in my community
I am
and
firmly a
is
Nukes supporter. It will
definitely
never hurt her.
on the chaos side of things.
I just had to point that out. I thought that was super funny. Um,
You'll never hurt her.
um, but kind of going off that command that's in chat for JDRF, JDRF basically was founded in 1970. Back then, it was commonly known as juvenile diabetes because it was frequently diagnosed and strongly associated with young children. Obviously, it's evolved since then, so we just call ourselves JDRF. We don't call ourselves the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. But basically, our goal is to advocate and support research to end type 1 diabetes. So we really have an advantage because it's our singular focus and mission is ending type 1 diabetes. And so supporting all the research, supporting affordable insulin, CGM sensors, basically any sensor. If you have type 1 diabetes, if you're using a sensor right now, it was probably supported by JDRF research, funded by JDRF. So there's just so many improvements that we've been able to make even in the last 50 years. I mean, insulin used to be derivative of animal byproducts, and now synthetic insulin has made treating type 1 diabetes so much easier to do. Now there's obviously more obstacles that still come with that, especially around accessibility and access, costs of insulin, insurance coverage, what have you, in terms of helping to manage people's type 1 diabetes. And we're acutely aware of that. And so there's more work to be done, which is why we're here, which is why we're raising awareness, and which is why, Nuke's raising awareness and talking about, she has this great story where she talks about her first interactions with JDRF when she was newly diagnosed and got her Rufus teddy bear and her bag of hope, and all of these key pieces that really are touchstones in someone's journey with type 1 diabetes, all because of what we do with at JDRF. I think it's really cool also to note that, even though our headquarters is in the US, we are global. So, there's JDRF UK, there's JDRF Australia. And when you fundraise on Tiltify, you can select those regions so you can have those funds directly go and support your region where you're from. So I think it's important to highlight that. But yeah, we're just trying to take down type 1 diabetes, one day at a time. And like I said in the beginning of the stream, we've never been closer to that. If you haven't looked up the beta cell therapy going on right now for type 1 diabetes, I definitely recommend a quick Google search. You'll get a lot of great information about kind of the progress in treatment, as well as insulin affordability if you check out jdrf.org.
Well, insulin is so important for the day to day of
Yes.
an individual with type 1
Yeah.
diabetes and type 2, but definitely type
Yes.
1. Because type
Mhm.
1 diabetes, you can have high blood sugar,
Hmm.
low blood sugar. It just fluctuates throughout the day. And
Mhm.
sensors are perfect pieces of technology.
Hmm.
And Nukes, I think you have a sensor, correct?
I do not. I actually do not
You
have
do
a
not?
sensor. I
Okay.
tried one out.
Remember.
I have like an issue with having something on my it like
Oh, sure.
it gives me the heebie-jeebies having it on me all day. I wish it didn't, because it is a phenomenal tool. Getting to see your blood sugar numbers throughout the day is huge.
Mhm.
Um, and that's my own like mental barrier not being able to wear one
Yeah.
all day. But I'm so glad they exist because it really helps. Long term, as a type 1 diabetic, you really need to make sure your blood sugar is at a stable number, not too high, not too low, all throughout the day. And the only other way to do that is finger pokes, but you have to take the time to do that. And with a constant glucose monitor attached to you all the time, you get all that information. You can overlook that information,
Right.
see how things are affecting your blood sugar every moment of the day, and it really helps keep your averages at a much better level. So,
So on top
huge
of
piece of,
being an
yeah.
incredible speedrunner, you're managing your T1D. So
Yes.
I just want to shout that out for a second because I don't think so. A lot of people do not realize it's an every second
Mhm.
day thing. So
Yeah.
that could affect her speed running. She could be
Yeah.
in the midst
Yep.
of doing a speed run and then have an issue.
I
Um,
earlier today I was on Games Done Quick doing a speed run, and I have a half-eaten granola bar here
because you
because
needed
blood
it.
sugar. I had to
Yeah,
make sure my blood sugar was okay during the speed run, so I always got to have tools available to me just in
right.
case worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Wow. And I can only imagine, you've been dealing with it for so long now, but it's part of your every day. But
Mhm.
you do have to take care of yourself
Yes.
and look out for yourself.
Yes.
And I'm sure your community does the same. I bet they yell at you. They're like, hey,
They
check
do. They do. They're like, "Nukes,
how
you
you
need to
doing.
go eat. You're diabetic." Or if sometimes they can tell like low blood sugars, you'll get kind of everyone's a little different how they react to blood sugar
Oh,
changes.
sure.
Low
Yeah.
blood sugar, typically someone will seem just a little more spacey, or they might their speech might kind of get slurred as if you were drunk.
Mm.
And
Hmm.
sometimes I'll have community members be like, "Hey, Nukes, is your blood sugar okay? You're kind of acting a little weird. Can you go check it?" So
Oh, I
they
love
they
that.
all they're I make sure to talk about it on my stream and inform people because I know it's important. Type
Yeah.
1 diabetes is so misunderstood due
Yes.
to the media. A lot of
Hmm.
portrayals of diabetes is type 2,
Yep.
and even that isn't fully accurate how it's
No.
portrayed. So there's a
Hmm.
lot of misconceptions out there. So I as a type 1 diabetic myself, and having a platform like I do, really think it's important to use that platform to kind of knock down those misconceptions.
I couldn't agree more. I wonder who in chat knows the difference between type 1 and type 2, just offhand. But I'm happy to
I
provide the
do.
info. And so I know you do, but I know Nukes does. But I think it's just important. I mean, just a basic understanding, right? T1D is not a lifestyle disease, it's autoimmune. It literally, your body is attacking the insulin producing beta cells and they're destroyed by your immune system. So there's nothing you can do. And you're just walking around with a dead pancreas. And your pancreas just can't produce the insulin that you need, and T1D, T2D, sometimes can be lifestyle related, sometimes it's not. The thing is too, we don't also know all the causes to
Mhm.
T1D or T2D, and now there are also subsets of diabetes too. So there's just a lot of misinformation. I couldn't agree more with what Nuke said about with media and whatnot. I mean, there's so many, great orgs out there that are doing great work to raise awareness about this. And we're just one of the many trying to really educate people about the differences and the really importance of just raising awareness and education, which is a great way to support if you can't raise funds, right? Sending an
Mhm.
RT, just informing yourself, educating others about it is just a great way to raise awareness and to help people that you never know who might have T1D around you. Some people do not share, and that
Mhm.
is totally their prerogative. So being able to just do your part means a lot.
No, it's so important because, whew, yeah, I'm a type 2 diabetic. So I have my own struggles, but I don't like to compare to type 1 diabetics either,
Right.
but
Yeah.
they literally have to every second keep up with themselves and check and make sure they're okay. And type 2 diabetes sucks. It really does suck. I
Yeah.
have to
Mhm.
prick my
Yeah.
finger every day. I'm on insulin too, but
Man.
I'm grateful to be able to get that insulin
Mhm.
because of medical, but it is so
Yeah.
hard to be
Mhm.
provided insulin. So hard, but that's why we have JDRF, and that's how you can help advocate for
Mhm.
individuals with diabetes and fundraise, bring awareness, like Monique said, is so important. Word of mouth is so strong, so powerful because you can inspire one person just telling, if
Right.
Rooks didn't know anything about JDRF, but I knew about it and I knew about Tiltify. I'm like, hey, have you heard of Tiltify? Have you heard of JDRF? You resonate with this cause. Why not fundraise?
Mhm.
I'm not fundraising myself, but I'm sharing word of mouth about something,
Right.
and that is so impactful.
Yeah.
And now Nuke's
Yeah.
raised a crap ton of money for JDRF
Heck yes.
just by word of
Nukes.
mouth, right?
Yes.
So,
You know what I realized, Nukes? You passed your lifetime achievement on Tiltify to 25K. What did you
Oh.
do on Sunday?
ooh,
Because you had the
Oh.
10K badge before
Get
you
another badge.
did your stream. Yeah. Heck yeah. But
yep. Now you're gonna get your
love it.
25K pin now.
Heck
So look at
yes.
you. Look at you.
Amazing.
Also, we do have a Tiltify recognition program based on how much you fundraise. You get a cute little banner you can put on your wall. You get pins for, oh my gosh, I think it's 5, 10K,
Mm,
25K, 50, 75,
amazing.
100, and so forth. So, yes, check it out.
I
Look at
need
your
I need to
life.
get on that because I don't have that, and I
You do.
know
You'll
I've
get it.
earned a few of those pins, so
You'll get it soon. You'll get it soon. We're still sending them out. So,
okay.
yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Got it,
Don't
got it.
worry. We got you.
Ash,
and
I
you
did not you had
got
type 2.
it.
Sorry, to interrupt you. I didn't know you had type 2, so thank you for sharing that.
Yep, type 2. It
There's a
runs
lot
in
of
the
misconceptions with type 2 as
Yeah.
well. I mean,
yeah,
essentially, for those in chat, like your body still produces insulin, you just are not using it as you should.
Mhm.
So you're having issues with kind of
Yeah.
your body's having issues managing the way insulin would
mhm,
normally manage it.
yep,
So it's different in
yep,
terms of
It's different,
autoimmune
but
versus
we have a lot of overlaps in
similar
the same
struggle.
struggles, but
Yes.
some different struggles as
Yes.
well.
Right. The mechanisms
Yeah.
of
basically,
which. Yeah.
it's so easy to say this. Type 1 diabetics have permanent damage to the pancreas.
Mhm.
Type
It's
2,
been.
they have the possibility of improving their lifestyle, their diet changes to not have type 2 diabetes anymore. So
Right.
I'm almost there. I'm almost there.
Heck
If,
yes.
if
Congrats.
We're
Yay.
cheering for
That's
you.
yeah.
it
It's a
runs in
lot
a
of hard work. It's a lot of hard work to get there. So,
Yeah.
it is. It
yeah.
is. And at one point my pancreas was just not producing any insulin. I just had high
Oh,
blood sugar forever. And I'm like,
man.
I didn't even eat anything. This is a
Yeah.
fasting blood
Yeah.
sugar at 200. I'm like, whoa.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
scary
But we're
too.
getting on track. And fasting blood sugars are looking better. So
Heck yeah.
thanks to medicine and diet changes and taking care of yourself. But
Way
again,
to kill
type
it.
1, permanent damage to the pancreas. So
Yeah.
that's why they have to literally keep track every single second, every single
Mhm.
day.
Every single second.
Again, they can have low blood sugar, high blood sugar, both. You just never
Hmm.
know. So I give you so much love and respect, Nukes, for being a full time creator, being at home and taking care of yourself still, dealing with that. I know it's been a part of your life forever, but that takes a lot,
Yeah.
right, to balance that.
Yeah.
So I'm
It
just,
does.
you're awesome. You're
Same to
you're
you
rock.
though, Ash. It's the same, you're out here doing the same thing as me and
Hmm.
Trying.
it's
Try.
yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I
Yeah.
think it's a lot that we suffer with silently. We
Hmm.
don't talk about
Mhm.
all the day-to-day struggles that comes with it. We silently, we're like, "Oh, it's a high blood sugar day. Like I got to deal with this. It makes me feel not so great today, but I got to, it's not one of those apparent illnesses that people have to deal with every day,
Mhm.
but it's
Right.
very very impactful for how we approach day-to-day life."
That's a
Exactly.
great way to put it.
Exactly.
Hmm.
And chat, if you have the means to get your labs every 3 months and get your A1C checked, do it because you don't know
You
if you
don't
have high
know.
blood sugar. You
Mhm,
could be completely normal. Even if you have low blood sugar, you could
Yeah.
be completely normal.
mhm,
Everyone reacts differently.
mhm.
So get your A1C every 3 months. Take care of yourself. And actually, Nukes, do you still get your A1C checked with type
Yep.
1 diabetes?
Yeah. I go every 3 months. Uh, my endocrinologist is a little busy, so it's more like every 4 or 5 months, but uh,
Mhm.
Or so.
regularly go and get those numbers checked. They do a lot of annual checks because another thing that's another great benefit of having an autoimmune disorder is you're more likely to have another autoimmune disorder if you
Right.
already have that issue. So I've actually, like, about 5 years ago, found out I was celiac, which is
Oh,
another autoimmune disorder. And there's a lot of those diseases that are kind of tied together because you just know if you have one, your likelihood of developing another one kind of increases. So every year I get a bunch of work done to check, all right, have I started showing signs of any other autoimmune diseases? And
Mhm.
I unfortunately also developed celiac with that as well. So, but that's why you got to,
you
go
gotta
to
get
the
checked.
doctor and make sure you keep tabs of all that.
Yeah,
There
you have
also
to.
is screening for T1D. So if y'all are interested, you can go to T1D Detect, or T1 Detect, I should say. I think they merged the thing together. But JDRF has more
Mhm.
information about it if you want to check it out.
Yeah, and usually type 1 diabetes, you are diagnosed at a young age. So
Mhm.
it's really rare that you're diagnosed at an adult age. Usually you see early stages as a child. So wanted to share that too. I've had so many, family friends at 10 years old, 11 years old.
Hmm.
Their sugar recently, yeah, their sugar was at 500
Mm. Oh,
blood sugar.
wow.
I said, "Oh, you need to go to the doctor right now." And they were diagnosed. They were 11 years old at the time, 2 years ago. So they've been struggling with that. I've been trying to help as much as I can, with the family. And I'm like, it's okay. Just stay on top of it. If a medicine is not working for you, make sure you tell your doctor. You have to communicate with your doctor too. Because there was an
Hmm.
insulin that wasn't working for me at all. Absolutely
Oh,
at all. I had to
mm,
change brands. Now I'm good. So you just have to
that's
communicate
another
with your
thing.
doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
it's such a lifestyle change, but you gotta take care of yourself. You have to.
Yeah.
And yeah, the sensor, I'm just thinking about if I had that, like how would I feel having a sensor? I'd probably feel the same way as you, Nukes, just something being on me.
Yeah,
I would
yeah, it's
And having to
I would
switch it out too.
it's
Yeah.
yeah.
it became something I was like hyper fixated on, that I was like, I had this thing
Mhm.
attached to me all the time, and I was worried about bumping into things, and
Oh, right.
it like ended up causing me more stress than it was worth. But I know
Yeah.
so many diabetics who it has made such a huge improvement to their life having that. So it's phenomenal tool, but hopefully we don't need those tools in the near
Yeah.
future
Yeah.
because, as
That's the goal.
Monique was saying, all the strides we have made with beta cells and stuff, I am hoping in my lifetime that,
Me too.
yeah, we'll see that day where there's a cure for type 1 diabetes.
Yeah.
Yes. We need a cure. And I swear every day I dream of just like a fingerprint device that can just
Hmm.
read your blood sugar.
Yeah. Oh,
Just
yeah.
scan my finger and read my blood sugar, please, because pricking your fingers. Ooh, you have some good days where you
Oh,
won't bruise and it won't hurt, but then
Mhm.
just
there's
tender.
some bad days where
Yeah.
I pretty bruised, pretty hurt, and you have to alternate fingers too.
Yeah.
So
I would say
I'm
I
like,
definitely have calluses all over my
Oh,
fingers.
yeah, yeah.
Injection, you can see if you look at my stomach,
Mhm.
you can see some pokes everywhere, you can see bruises once in a while. It's
man.
Yeah.
constantly the amount of typically for me, and everyone it's different, like finger poke probably at least 5 times a day, if not more, if you do finger pokes. And for your insulin, which you have to do a shot for, that's for a type 1 diabetic, that's every time you eat. Then you take a long term. So let's say you have 3 meals a day. Say you're gonna have a snack, because like most of us don't just eat 3 meals. We have a snack somewhere. You have to take your long term shot. So that's a minimum 5 shots a day. and that's not including any
Right.
corrections you have to do if you have high
Oh,
blood sugar. So that's a lot of pokes on
it's
a
a
daily
lot of
basis that
folks.
we do.
Yeah.
Oof.
The goal is that I don't
Yeah,
have a job. That's the goal. So when I'm out of a job, it's good news.
exactly. Exactly. And oh my God, I didn't even think about every time you eat, you have to.
Yeah.
I knew that, but now that you're just reiterating that, I'm like, geez, that
Yeah.
is a lot of folks. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I'm just like, wow.
I know.
Oh,
I
like,
know.
let
I'm
me
always
let me get it
amazed by
for
this
you.
Mhm.
community. Always
And
amazed
yeah,
by this community.
you do have to alternate injection sites,
Mhm.
okay? Your arm, your stomach, your leg. I was doing my legs only for a while and then I start to see bruises. I'm like, okay. I was really scared of my tummy. I said, "Oh, this is gonna hurt." I'm like, "Wait, this doesn't hurt. I have plenty of fat, so this is fine." So still make sure you're alternating the sites, wherever you're at too. So yeah, it'll prevent bruising, but you might still get some bruises. But hey, it's okay. I
Mhm.
think it's makeup, cute
Yeah.
makeup, my little bruises. So,
For me
but
to stay alive and healthy, it's worth
Oh,
it.
it's
absolutely.
worth it. Absolutely. And Nukes, I appreciate you sharing with us about your journey and how you deal with it on a daily basis. We just appreciate you, and you're an absolute badass.
Thank
Absolute
you.
badass. You
Seconded.
really are.
Absolutely seconded.
Thirded, fourthed, fifth.
I will fight anyone who says different. All right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. And with the JDRF, can you tell us about any different programs that JDRF offers for people?
Sure. Yeah. So obviously, Game to Give is just one piece of the puzzle with fundraising. I mentioned earlier, our goals are really around research and advocacy efforts. We also have more programmatic things. So again, I mentioned Nukes has this great story about getting her Rufus teddy bear. That is a program. It's called Bag of Hope. So newly diagnosed kids get a bag of hope, including the Rufus teddy bear, which has little patches where you would normally practice kind of injection sites and
Yes.
whatnot.
Right there on his
Nukes is
tummy,
demonstrating there for me.
little hand pokes, the arms,
One of our
the
more well-known
legs, and I think
programs.
and the booty.
And the butt. Yep. All of it. And it syncs up with an app, so the kids can really learn more about, management of their diabetes, what to look for, practice with Rufus. It's just a great tool, really, to use early on in life. So that's kind of one of the programs that is supported. Of course, we have like Children's Congress, which is another great program with kids at a young age. Obviously, can go to their local representatives as well as in DC and advocate for kind of our priorities around insurance, insulin prices, whatnot. I don't know if anybody saw the State of the Union, but there was that kid Josh there. He's known in the JDRF community. He has type 1 diabetes when Biden announced the insulin cap. So obviously that is work that we've been working on in the background for a very long time, trying to cap insulin prices and whatnot. So that's just one advocacy achievement. Obviously there's so many other pieces to it, and the fight is certainly not over yet. And then of course supporting different research efforts via Game to Give, via One Walks, via galas, via bike rides. We have a ton of different events and initiatives that you can check out at jdrf.org to get more involved. I would say the first step to supporting is just getting in the know. So signing up for the newsletter, maybe joining our Discord, what have you, just so that you can get into the know and you know what's kind of ongoing. We post in the Discord, if there's something that basically more stateside, or if there's something you can do kind of advocacy wise, something quick, if you can sign up for something, if you can raise awareness about it, we try to really help spread the word and educate people about what we're doing at JDRF, especially in the accomplishments. Recently there was an announcement around a CGM monitor being available to younger populations now, which is great news for managing young childhood type 1 diabetes. So things like that they're able to keep people updated on as we go. So I would say, being in the know is probably the first piece of the puzzle if you want to support. And then of course you can support via Game to Give, via fundraising like Nukes. We have our Game Over T1D event happening right now.
through August 28th, which is this Sunday. Our goal is to raise 50K. We're just a little bit over that 30K mark. Nukes is doing another stream to round out the rest of the day, or the 10 days, I should say, on Sunday. But we have over 50 creators that have joined us, and we're halfway through now, which is great.
Woo!
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Can you
And
tell? Do I have bags under my eyes? I feel like I look tired.
no,
Um,
you look amazing.
it's
You look
been
just
all
fine.
good though. It's been all for a great cause, but it's amazing to see all of these people come together around the cause. So this is our big push of the year. So I'd appreciate anybody's support, and especially if you want to see again crowd control in action, fundraising in action. Watch Nukes. That is like we literally. She sent me the VOD for her stream because I like want to show it as like a teachable moment.
Yes, I gotta check out that VOD too now. So I'm gonna go watch that. Thank you. Giving me my afternoon entertainment. But yes, Game to Give is happening right now until Sunday. And
Yes.
are there any more events that you have planned for the rest of the year, Monique?
Yeah, we have one in November. National Diabetes Awareness Month is November. Um, and then we usually do two events in the spring. One of them we call our Raid for Research. So it's kind of a 1 day event. It might extend longer, but we raid one after another, relay style, if you will. Then we also have another, we do Madden tournament typically, which if you're looking for a Madden key, check out our stream on Thursday. We're going to be playing Madden 23. We have some game keys to give away if you're looking for one for PS4 or Xbox. So just want to plug that there.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
And let's chat with Nukes real quick. We're almost to the end of our stream, and I'm so
No.
sad. I'm having such a good time. But Nukes, you are a veteran charity streamer at this point. What
25K.
advice? Right?
Right?
Exactly.
Incredible.
What advice would you give somebody that wants to start their first fundraiser?
Yeah, I think a lot of people get I mentioned this earlier. A lot of people get intimidated. They're like, I don't have that big of an audience. I'm not gonna make, I'm not gonna be able to raise that much. But any you can make an impact no matter, how big or how small your community is. Just find, great incentives. There's so many great ways you can get started. Crowd
Mhm.
control, right there, an incentive in itself, and you can adjust the prices based on your community size. A lot of fun things you can do out there for, raising money for your favorite charity. I know back last year when I was on Tiltify, we talked about, all the different ways that you can get into fundraising. I know JDRF has some nice resources on their website
Mhm.
as well as the Discord where we talk about, brainstorm ideas for anyone looking to get in.
Mhm.
So it's yeah, just if you have any hesitations or feel intimidated, come talk to one of us. We would love to give you ideas and help you get
Mhm.
started because everyone can make an impact.
Couldn't agree
Yeah.
more.
And it's your first fundraiser. It's going to get better each time you
Mhm.
fundraise. You're going to learn more and more each time you
Yes.
fundraise.
Exactly.
I've been fundraising with Tiltify for how long? Since 2017. And I learn something new every time.
Mhm.
Even working here, learn something new. And we're always improving our site, adding more and more features for your fundraising experience to be fun and easy. I mean,
Yep.
that's what we aim for. We want you to be able to find your cause, create your campaign, and get to doing some good with your community. So Nukes is 100% correct. Reach out to people, ask for help. We're all here for the same reason,
Mhm.
do some good with our
Doing some good.
communities. Exactly. So,
Couldn't agree more.
and again, if there's somebody that does not want to help you, then they're just not a good friend. So, I can't imagine
Yeah.
somebody
And you
that way.
Imagine not wanting to help for a charity cause, right? Like
Right.
we all just want to, see good change in the world no matter what charity it is. That's the root
Mhm.
of
Agreed.
everything. So,
Agreed.
or, I think that's one area where people are always willing to help each other out.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. And also like too, if you can't donate, don't ever strap yourself financially for a
Mhm.
cause, right? You can still art or retweet, you can still signal boost, spread the word. Again, you don't need to necessarily donate. You can still share that Tiltify link even though if you can't donate. So want to make that clear. We don't want anybody to put themselves in financial hardship
Yes.
to make a donation.
Just
Yes.
being there, just being there
Yeah,
in the
just being
stream and
there.
Yes.
hyping it
Yeah.
up.
I
I
think it
know
does.
I know I
Yes.
had in my community, people were like, "Oh, I just like I can't donate right now." And I'm like, "You're here, you're talking, you're hyping it up.
You don't need to
That right
apologize.
there helps." That is more powerful than I think a lot of people I think a lot of people underestimate how powerful
Agreed.
that is. It's
Yes.
a huge help.
And if you don't hit your goal, that's okay too. If
Mhm.
you don't raise a single dollar, you are still raising awareness. Just
Mhm.
keep that in
Yep.
mind. Okay.
Yep.
Keep that in mind. And every single dollar counts. Every single dollar. If
Yep.
you only raise a dollar, that's a dollar that the cause didn't have yesterday. So I don't
Very
care
true.
what you say. You can fight me on this. We will fight for a long time because it is valid. It is right. Every single dollar counts, and every piece of awareness and word of mouth is so
Mm-hmm.
impactful. You never know who's listening. So yes, hype up the
Agreed.
stream, work in the stream, retweet, throw the commands in chat, all that. It's so impactful, so helpful. And I think that should always be your call to action to your community. Hey, you just being here is cool. All right. So always, that's number one, I think, piece of advice. Call to action. Just have your community there, your mods, throwing commands, emotes, sub hype, or not sub
Mm-hmm.
hype, all that is so impactful. So just have fun with it. Most
Mhm.
importantly, don't make it a
Yes.
stressful thing. Don't be intimidated, like Nuke said, and set attainable goals based on your
Mhm.
community as
Right.
well.
Right.
It could be your
Yeah.
you could be your first fundraiser and you have a $10,000 goal. You're like, wait a minute, let's drop it down. Let's start with 100. And then once you hit 100, just increase it,
Yeah.
and have fun with it.
Right.
I'm all about starting small and then
Agreed.
making more stretch goals.
Especially if it's your
It's like
first one. I
I think
agree.
my first JDRF fundraiser was like 200 something dollars we raised, and now I'm raising over
Yeah.
$7,000. So you don't start, you're not going to necessarily start raising thousands and thousands of dollars, but that's okay. It still counts. It still makes a difference.
It really does. It really does. And I hope you all feel inspired to support JDRF after this stream and go support Nukes on their
Yay.
fundraising stream. And are you doing
Yes.
crowd control as well on Sunday?
Yes. Yeah, so Sunday, the start
I'll be
time
there.
is 8
8
a.m.
a.m.
Pacific
Pacific.
time. So
Oh, I'll
uh
be there a
no,
little late,
yeah.
but I'll be there.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But definitely come check it out. It's a lot of fun. At the very least, come and see crowd control in action because
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's so much fun.
Yes. Before I used crowd control on my own fundraiser, I made sure to go on another stream that was using crowd control so
Same.
I can get that viewer experience so you can better explain it to your community when you use it yourself. So highly
Mhm.
recommend that for sure. Go
Yes,
buy
yeah.
some coins, go donate to charity, and go mess with nukes on Sunday.
Yeah. Use those coins.
I Monique, Nukes, I appreciate you both so much for hanging out with me today. I had a blast and I learned so much today, and I just appreciate your time so much. Thank you for being on the Totify channel today. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thanks for the
Thank you for
No,
invite.
having us. I love doing this. You're awesome,
Yeah.
Ash.
You are awesome.
no, you're awesome. I love
And your
keeping up with
makeup
all
always looks so
the
good. I think I could get a makeup tutorial from you. That'd be really
cool.
nice.
TwitchCon?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Wait, are
I'm
you doing makeup at Twitch? Con? What?
I'm
Oh,
I
you
can
mean
do
you'll
you.
show me at TwitchCon? Okay. I was like, what? That is awesome. I'll be there for the session. I'll see you there.
I am so I will do your makeup. I will do it. I will,
Ooh, okay.
you just let me know.
I'm
If you
down.
want some big lashes or some small
Oh
lashes, you just
boy.
let me know. I
Here
got
we
you.
go. You
Yeah.
you'll give it your best shot. We'll live
Oh,
stream
yeah.
it.
Yep. Yep. See, we're content creators. Look at us. And Nukes, can you share with the community where they can find you on socials?
Yeah, so my name is the same on everywhere. It's Nukkuler, kind of spelled a little funky though. It's Nukkuler. That's my Twitch channel, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, you name it. I'm on all those. Uh, Definitely come check out the stream though on Sunday. I'd love to have you all there. Even
Yes,
if you want to lurk, you should still come check it out because it's gonna be a lot of fun.
it will be. And then JDRF Game to Give everywhere.
Hmm.
Twitter, you can join our Discord, is in our Twitter bio if you want a quick link to it. And then obviously on Twitch, actually, we're JDRF. So we're the official channel for JDRF, of course. So check us out. Drop us a follow if you feel so inclined.
Yes, thank you so much, Monique and Nukes. And I found a lovely individual that is fundraising
Yay!
right now for JDRF.
What? Who?
Relaxander.
Yes! Yes! Oh, you guys will love it. He's a musician.
And
Let's do it.
yeah,
Oh,
let's do it. Let's
yeah,
go
let's
raid.
Alright.
go.
Go raid. How about that? And this will
Absolutely.
be my first time meeting them, so I'm excited.
Yay! Relaxander 666, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Okay, cool. Perfect.
Perfect. Yep. Let's go give some love,
He's
y'all.
gonna love it.
Thank you,
Thank you all
everybody,
so
for being
much.
here. Let's drop the link here. Make sure you copy that raid message.
Whoop, whoop.
I was really hoping somebody was live, so I'm very happy.
Yay! Me too. I honestly forgot he was live. The times are blurring together. Time zone conversions. I can't even keep track
Right?
anymore. Yep.
Right? Yes. So go give some love to Relax Center 666. All right.
Yes,
And
please.
again, go catch Nuke Stream on Sunday at 8 a.m. PT. All right. We'll be live again on Friday. We have a community spotlight with Queerly B. So make sure you come on over and tune in. I appreciate you all so much. I hope you have a beautiful day. I'm going to go eat some sushi.
Yes. Go get some sushi.
Yes.
And I
Cook
hope
sushi.
you go eat too, especially you Nukes.
Yes.
Go get some, okay? And we will see you
Thank
all
you.
in the next stream. Bye, everybody.
Bye.